And you're live.
Boom. And we are live. Well, I thought I had no technical difficulties except I. Oh.
Hey, Gordon.
Here we go. Had to turn the volume down on that one.
I think you're
Just
gonna have to
about had it.
It sounds like you're down by the baseboard. I'm over here.
Oh, does it?
It did, yeah.
Does it sound weird? Oh, wow.
No, it stopped. It stopped now.
Oh, okay. Great. Let's go ahead and check out the chat here real quick, guys, before we get started with our meeting. I'll start out by introducing I'm an aquarium addict, and I got some panel here. They can go around and introduce themselves. Go ahead, guys.
Hello, I'm Mark Shelley Aquatics, and my whole house is full of tanks. Fully addicted.
Mm.
Yeah, ahead.
Hello.
Okay.
Chris, do you want to go next?
No, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Mal. I've been here quite a few times now. Probably overstayed being welcome. I've got a few tanks, getting a few more every time I look. There's a few more there.
I'm Chris Stubbings, also known as Stubbs Aquatics, or Chris. I might have a couple tanks, about 13 or 14, mainly with barbs and shabumpkins. Most of them are planted tanks, and I might have the odd pond outside, about 5 of them. And there's about 15,000 gallons worth of ponds, at least.
Wow. I'm getting little tank syndrome, yeah, mind.
Oh, yeah, that's over.
You don't have a problem at all, do you?
That's over 30
I've
years.
just got
Of,
little tank
that's
syndrome.
over 30 years of addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the barbs. You're starting to get me addicted to wanting to get in them now, too.
Yeah, be looking for some more species soon. So,
Yeah, I've been checking a lot out.
yeah, I got to move some of these barbs around. Been trying to do that, but in order to do that, I got to move some more shabumpkins around and sell a lot of those. So, trying to get room, and apparently I'm not allowed any more tanks. Though I did sneak a small tank in there, about a 10-gallon. But no one knows
that gets easier with time. It really does. I sneak some in here all the time because the wife hardly ever comes down to the basement. So what she doesn't know. Oh, she's probably watching this though. I better be careful.
No, she's not. Yours or mine?
Mine.
I snuck in 275-gallon IBC tanks in the backyard the other day.
Oh yeah.
You just snuck them in, did you?
Yeah. Well, I got them for $20 each. Yeah. They came from a fish farm. $20 each.
Oh,
That
wow.
is
Did you just pull out your hanging to fill out?
I guess I'll be able to breed a bit more next year.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
then what am I going to do at the end of the season? I'll have to send the totes or tanks to Mark because he's got plenty of fish and shrimp he can breed in there.
You'd have to get back on these floorboards to strengthen it a bit more for them size tanks.
Yeah, I wish I could get them inside somehow, but you know the narrowest spot on was about 40 inches. So
Oh yeah, they wouldn't even fit through the door, I imagine.
no.
I know there's people that get
those
those 300-gallon Rubbermaid stock tanks, and they can't get them through the doors.
I'd love those, but they're so pricey right now.
Oh yeah.
You used to be able to get them $1 a gallon. Now
Yeah.
they're like $3-4 a gallon. You want what?
I used to
yeah.
get Tough Stuff
Some
110-gallon ones for they were on sale for $69.99 back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
would love to get something like that down
Well,
here.
I'd love to get about a 200-gallon one and then build it up nicely, and because it's not going to leak.
Yeah. Well, the ones with the
Right.
plugs are actually a pain in the butt.
It can leak, but you can silicone the hell out of those.
Yeah, that's what I did on mine. I have the 100-gallon Rubbermaid ones in my house. Now I have 2 of them.
Do they make them without the plug?
I think
Do they make those without the plug too?
Yeah.
they make a 50-gallon one without the plug, I think.
There's a couple
Yeah.
of larger ones. that don't have it. So.
Hello,
I'm
Vince.
just,
Yes, cupcake.
there goes
There
the
he is.
neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. All the hell. We were having such a nice
How are-
talk. Too.
Now, come on, there's no need to start on me as soon as I come on camera, is there?
Someone translate for me. What the hell did he say?
Watch it, Canuck.
I couldn't quite hear him.
Yeah.
Actually, we can't hear you, Vince.
I'm going to go ahead and check his mic settings and turn. Oh, he's way down. No wonder. There we go. Go ahead, try now, Vince.
You got me there, Jeff?
No, turn it back
I got you back.
Yeah, that was a bit much.
A little bit much. How about right there? There we go.
How about that? Is it better?
It's still muffled
It's
though.
better.
It's muffled though.
A little bit muffled.
Maybe I
It
gotta
might
get
be
myself
because
some fancy ear things.
Yeah. It means Susan's going to get tortured listening.
Right.
Right.
So,
Is that
so
any better?
guys,
Oh, you sound
that's better. Oh,
fantastic now.
nice.
Sounds like you're
so
on
how does
helium
it-
gas.
How are these sounding here? I mean, this is something new.
Hang on, I can't hear. But
Sounds like you're on helium gas.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Let me. Okay, hold on. How's that?
Are you sure
any
you want
better?
to do this, Mark?
I thought you sounded pretty good before.
I thought you did before, but
Good. And then when there was 5 of us on, it was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that better?
that's
It's
better.
it's pretty
That's
hard
better.
to hear anything with 5 of us.
Oh, is
yeah,
it?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
whoa.
I must have been these heads, the new
Didn't put
headset
an arm
here.
wrestle.
So this
You
sounds
didn't put
better
an arm
without
wrestle.
them. It sounds better without these, right, guys?
Put them on again, give it a try.
All right. All right.
This is your Boeing 747 captain speaking.
Taurus, you sound fine, Jeff. And then he doesn't sound nothing at all. Speak again. Go on, Jeff.
Go ahead.
Jeff,
This is
have we
the
lost
best
Jeff?
show we've had. We've lost
Isn't
him.
it?
I can't hear you at all now, Jeff.
So, Mal, you've had that can running a couple of days now. What do you think to it?
The canister. Oh, well, I've took the spray bar off it, and it's much better. I've got a tiny bit of flow of the tank now, and I quite like it.
Yeah, I didn't think
You
you'd
can
like
see.
that spray bar.
Nah, it just does nothing really. It just goes in back pressure on that little joint, and it's whipping out that joint. Where now it's
Yeah.
stopped, once I've took the pressure off it. I could drill the holes out, maybe and do bigger holes in it, but
But you
I
would
thought
have
I
thought,
just had
though, it would have been up to par for what you paid for it, though, because that wasn't a cheap filter, was it?
it was £143 for it. And it's rated
Yeah,
up to 400 litres, but
You wouldn't expect it to be weeping out of joint for that sort of money, though, would you?
nah. Not there, because I mean, that one there, you could have quite easily had it on the edge of your tank, you know what I mean? And it could have
Yeah.
been whipping on the outside.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's all right. I'm quite happy with it.
Good. So you didn't think about using the old Pond Solutions ones then?
Actually, I was thinking about getting one of them, because what are them, £70 or something, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I was
They do
thinking-
work well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
dad's
people
had a few
call
of them.
Yeah, people call them, but I've seen nothing wrong with them. But it's like everything, because I mean, if you check the comments of that video, people's calling fluval and things like that. And you think, well, you can't really call it fluval. It's just the price. That's the only thing you can call about fluval.
It's just that Fluve will have been around for a lot longer,
Yeah.
haven't they? So
Yeah.
it's that name game again, isn't it? It's
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Jeff, are you speaking? Can we hear you?
No.
no,
you're still
Jeff's
gone.
disappeared now. Oh Jesus, help! Give us a warning next time you're going to do that, Chris. You're scared the living daylights out of me.
Sorry about that.
Well, it's not Halloween yet.
I'm just trying to change the camera around, so I'm not on the damn thing.
Why? Why? We love looking at your lovely shiny head.
You're going to see my shiny ass in a second.
Oh, right. Is that any better?
You're back in.
Yeah, we
He's
can
back
hear
in the
you.
room.
All right.
Right.
Well, let's go ahead
Yes,
and
there he is.
Let's
anyhow,
start the show.
let's go ahead and address everybody in the chat real quick here. I didn't get a chance to see here. I'm going to scroll up to the top here from the very beginning. Had Lando. Hello, Lando. Fish Fam Link. Hello, Red Laser. Arnold from King's Aquariums and Ant World. Hello, Tara. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Of course, we got Stream Elements here. And let's see. Scrolling down, we have Zen Ginger. That's Amanda. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. Okay, I think
Are you Odessa, Chris?
we are caught up with the chat.
He's trying to make Arnold jealous because Arnold's just bought some.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That tank's looking pretty, isn't it?
It is. I'm going to go ahead and put this on solo layout for just a moment. And Chris, if you
Chris must have got Sandra to do that.
Oh, those are beautiful. Look at them.
Isn't they?
Chris, can you hear me?
To Chris.
Chris.
Chris, if you're reading this, you're fully surrounded, so please have blocked every possible exit.
All right. There he is. Hello, Chris. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I put you on solo layout to look at these beautiful fish here.
Well, I took myself off camera so I can go get my laptop so I can see the comments.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with my laptop beside me too.
Yeah, I got my cell phone here looking at the chat also. Here we are.
Come on, Chris. You got to admit, Sandra escaped that tank for you, didn't she?
No.
It's beautiful.
He's had the professionals in Joey. The King of DIY was in last week doing it for him.
There we go. Okay. Back on this one here. All right, so I'm going to start with going with the topic here, you guys, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Going.
Sure.
All right. So, kind of got started off on the wrong foot with my try some new technology, like usual. Every single week seems to be something. But I wanted to go over talking about keeping aggressive fish, and when you go to keep them, and how you want to stock them, and the procedures of adding new fish to a tank that has tank or a pond even that has aggressive fish in it. So I know that in the years that I've been keeping fish, I'd always had the most aggressive fish last, give the other fish a chance to get established in the tank first. Have you guys ever had any experiences with any of this?
Yeah, when I had Oscars when I was young. And, well, probably Vince has had the same problems with small fry that turn into Tobies that decide to eat on their brothers and sisters.
Oh, yes.
And they grow huge, but unfortunately, they eat the best ones.
Usually the ones that get chomped by the Tobies.
I don't know about you, Vince, but most of the Tobies I find are really bland looking.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, it's usually the ugliest booker. But yeah, that's why you'll find a lot of koi farmers, they will take out the bigger fry, just
Yeah.
so that the whole could then get more of a chance at the food. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I've had it myself. I mean, I did 2.5-week-old fry in a fish tank, and within a week there was one that was like 6 times bigger than everything else, and
Yeah.
quite a few times we caught it on camera with a little tail sticking out of its mouth. So yeah.
Yep.
What is the term you're calling that?
Toby.
A
Toby.
what's it?
A Toby.
It's
Toby.
not a personal thing.
A Toby?
No,
Toby.
it's just what they
It's
call
just a
Is
term.
it?
large.
Yeah, I know what you're
Is it
talking
like
about.
Large
Toby
koi can eat
joke?
their brothers and sisters.
I've always heard them called like racers or something. The ones that grow up real fast.
Well, they certainly do.
No idea. We've always known them as Tobies.
Huh. I've
But
never heard
they're-
that term before.
They grow like about a good 10 times bigger than their brothers and sisters when they're only a few weeks old.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're massive.
And
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they're always bug ugly and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't get a date at night at 3 o'clock in the morning when the bar closes.
Yeah.
But they
That's
don't
what we're
end up,
calling the traders homely.
they usually don't end up being big though. They just get big fast, right? They don't end up being
No,
great.
no. But they do. You will
Yeah.
find that they will grow considerably bigger than the rest. It's just
Yeah.
they've taken more on the growth genetics than they have the aesthetic genetics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some fish that they don't have to be the biggest fish in the tank to rule the tank either. I mean, I have some smaller fish that will take the larger ones. I mean, you'd think that the larger ones would be, the tank boss. But back in this tank here, I got a sunfish about 8 inches long, and he was the tank boss in there for the longest time. But I got these convict cichlids in there also, and they, especially when they're breeding and stuff, they'll keep everything up in the corner pretty much. In this tank back behind me here.
I haven't kept a mean fish in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's not a really good show for you. Keeping shrimps, is it?
Shrimp and guppies.
Shrimp
and
and cookies. I says to Jeff when he had picked the topic, I says, well, Mark's going to struggle here for a aggressive fish.
Well, I think all fish are kind of aggressive, given their situation. Really.
Yeah, given the right situation. I mean, even fry, they become very aggressive when it comes to feeding and stuff like that. And they will climb over the top of one another to get to the food. But that's a different type of aggression, though.
That's right.
And that you just slipped that right in there, didn't you, Jeff?
You bet.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
I think that was going to be a question too. You jumped the gun.
But you know what? We kind of blended into it, so I was like, okay,
blended in.
time. I'll go ahead and do that.
I mean, back to the aggressive fish. The only thing I've got is the angelfish. Obviously, I've got a breed and pay in the same tank upstairs as 2 males. Well, the 2 males are just constantly like that, fighting for dominance between the 2 of them. Where the breed and pay are staying in the corner out the way, and it's the other 2. They're like 2 rotten deer sitting in the corner, just rotting all day. And then because of it, have got big, and they've got like what looks like a cock on the top of the head.
The nuchal hump.
They're just going at it all day long.
Oh yeah.
And I thought angelfish were peaceful, loving fish.
Nah, once the hormones hit the tank of their breeding pay, that's it. Everyone wants a slice of the cake. I nearly said everyone wants a slice of the pie, but
Yo.
So that's today I've been moving me little 2, the 2 fry I had. Then I went in that one, and then a couple of days time I've been adding another 2. I had put in that thing, and then get the 6 of them in there, hopefully, without any aggression of them. And plus, changing the tank around and the surroundings tends to get rid of it for a couple of weeks.
Because I'm not one. I don't know much about tropicals, but my best mate he had cichlids, and he had to go in there at least once a month and completely change the tank around to stop them fighting and scrapping, and I'm thinking that's a lot of bowl ache.
Yeah, that's what Leanne tends to do as well. I think that's why they tend not to have plants in and just move the rocks around so that it's just hardscape moving. It's not that they can't have plants, because they can have plants to certain ones. It's just if you're constantly trying to change that environment to keep them from fighting each other.
Yeah.
And then keeping the right numbers together as well, that's another thing.
To have a hardscape tank, but I've noticed if you don't have rocks, they don't get territories too much. There will be a dominant fish in the tank, but you're not going to see the constant fighting like you would when you got rocks and territories set in there. Because in my red zebras over here, I got the dominant alpha male, and he doesn't chase anybody around that much. He just lets everybody know who's boss, and that's pretty much it.
Does he dig a great big hole and guard it?
Yep, he's got a big hole right back in the corner here.
Yeah.
I should probably, what I'm going to do is when I learn the technology, guys, I'm going to be able to stay on here and just turn the camera off and then go around and show it. But until I get that down to where I can do it efficiently, but I'll show you guys sometime on that. Or if I just went on, or I could even take it off. I can go off here and go on my camera and walk around with it if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll be back.
Yeah, it's up to you, Jeff.
So, do you get food aggression with your shabunkins then, Chris?
Sorry, say that again.
I said, do you get food aggression with your shabunkins?
Yeah, there's a couple males that are kind of dickish. They're the dominant males, and they'll push someone out of the way to get the food.
That's the way of the world, though, isn't it? It's always the males cause the trouble.
But not as bad as some of the koi, as you know. Some just will torpedo through everyone else to get to the food, right?
Yeah, definitely.
They're way more aggressive koi.
Okay, guys, let's head down solo for just a moment here. I'll show you over here that Mark was just talking about. You see this big, huge pit down here in the corner.
All right. Yeah.
This right here is the dominant male, and you can see in here how aggressive he is, or the lack of. See, he's not that aggressive. He lets everybody know that he's the boss, but he keeps his area down here in the corner. That I have that one little thing that I keep that little castle in there because that is something that my mother gave me in my 10th birthday, and I've had that in my aquariums for over 40 years now. So I keep that. But that's pretty much the only thing in the tank. The rest of it's just pea gravel and some aragonite. And these guys get along great.
So your cichlids, Jeff, do you have them all separated? Do you into separate species? Do you not into?
I do have some mixed tanks here. I'll show you them in a second. This is a species-only tank. These are the breeders here. Right there, see that female where my finger is? She's got a mouthful of eggs or fry right now. I got 2 of them. There's 2 of them in the eggs that they're holding. And when they have those, they won't eat for about a month.
So do all cichlids do that with the babies in the mouth?
African cichlids do, except for the West African. Yeah, that little camera down.
I thought koi was complicated.
Oh, it's actually easy because when you have the fry, it's easy just to move the female out with a mouthful, and she can spit her babies out. They have what's called stripping. Like after a certain amount of time, you can actually remove the fry from the mouth. You pry her jaws open a little bit. I don't like doing that. I like to do it naturally. But yeah, and if I've kept every one of these that I could get, you guys, I'd have literally thousands over the time that I've kept these. I just let them spit in the tank now, and then usually 1 or 2 little ones will survive. Like right here is the last one that made it to adult size.
Oh, so you just let them become food, and if they survive, they survive?
Right now, because as I started out, I wanted to have a little bit of revenue coming from these fish, but they don't sell very well. But I still love them, so this is a tank just for me. So I just let them pretty much go like that. I mean, if people wanted them, I'd give them away if people wanted to pay the shipping.
Yeah.
Now in this tank here, I have a mixture of a couple of different types. This little guy right here, that's the dragon blood. And I'll show you some better examples in a minute. But this has got some of the fry from them, and then it's got a couple of the. There's one of the red zebras right there from the other tank. But most of these are dragon bloods. Now over in this tank is going to be a diversified tank. Got a nice red zebra male there. There's a real nice dragon blood male.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also have my pair of pink convicts in here, and I have a firemouth. And as you notice, these kind of fish shouldn't get along this well, but they do. I think they're not as aggressive as people let on all the time. It depends on how you're taking care of them, I think. I mean, every once in a while you see a little chasing going on, but nothing bad. You see, got the little plecos in there, and they leave them alone for the most part.
One thing I have noticed, all your tanks seem to be running on airlift sponges.
Yeah, they're all pretty much. Well, I have my air system. I'll show you over here real quick. I got a large pond pump. It's a Danner 60, and it does 90 liters per minute. And it goes down the PVC here, all the way down. You can see the lines dropping into the tanks. And then it goes down to like a horseshoe and comes all the way back up. And it covers those tanks over here on the rack. And then all
Jeff, you've got so much more space that you can put tanks in.
Oh, I do. But you know
Isn't
what?
it? I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? That's the size of our houses, isn't it, Vince?
Oh,
Isn't it?
There's room.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's room in here. I could have 3 times.
Inside pond.
You could have a shop.
I was thinking that over here. Maybe if I move that other stand over here that I'm doing, I might be able to have a little pond, like a something down here.
Jeff.
You could have a huge one.
Yeah, an indoor pond would go nice into some.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even have to worry about overwintering them anything.
Do you have a sump pump?
I have a sump pump, yep.
So where's that drain? Where's that close to?
Right over here in the corner. Right on the other side of the 65.
So build a pond real close to that.
Matt, I'm glad you mentioned that too, because it's getting up here. This sump pump, I think when they put it in, they got the PVC too close, and I think I had to touch it to get it to work.
Is there not a float on it?
There's a float, but it's too close to the wall, and I think it hits it.
It gets jammed. Yeah.
I've got to try to move it. They didn't extend this part out this way enough. It should be closer toward the middle.
Yeah,
that's easy enough, though.
That's an easy enough fix. But
Axle and a Southern World coupler.
Yeah. You could have a cat's ass pond over there and then just drain it into your sump pump every time you want to do a water change.
Yep. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, I could try that. I could. In fact,
that's what I need to do for all this tanks.
Drain all these into.
I'd be draining all my tanks into that with a hose.
Yeah. Right now, when I do the water changes, I drain the tanks into the bucket, and then I'll take it over to my sink over here, and I'll just dump it down that. But over here would be a lot easier. But here,
just run a hose.
Yeah, you just suck on it, and there you go.
Getting up there. Yeah, I've got to get that.
Yeah, but I think Jeff's getting on a bit to be sucking on things, guys.
Right.
Well, you can always come over there, Vince, and help suck on a hose.
Yeah, right. You wish.
I'll go ahead and show you the new plants I got, as long as I got my camera out here right now. That's all right.
Yeah, you crack on.
Bacopas. Got the Phogostem installatus octopus plant here. These are some of the plants I got from Terra. Very beautiful. They got kind of eaten up by the scuds a little bit, but I got them moved over here into this tank now, and they're starting to make a comeback. Got the veil. Got some baby veils coming out here too, down here at this kind of going over.
The runners. Yeah.
They're starting to do the runners over there.
Yeah.
And right there, the water wisteria that I did a clipping from the other tank. And I'll show you that in a minute because I have some new fish I want to show everybody. And that right there is the, I think that's that Bacopa carolinia, I think it's called. I'm still learning my scientific names on these, but coming along pretty well. Walk over this way now. Down here,
Okay.
wild type bettas, they're doing really well. I'm not sure. Got a mouthful of eggs again, but this is like 3 times now. I didn't get the third one on camera, but he swallowed that one too.
So what's the difference between a wild batter and a bog standard? What most people would call a bog standard batter?
They don't even look similar. They don't act similar.
These are these swim a lot better than like the betta splendens do. They have a shorter fin, and I don't know. They just got something about them that they're not as colorful as you see the really colored ones in the pet shops and everything. But oh yes, I would, Tara. That would be fantastic. Next time we meet up.
And Jeff, those are mouth brooders too, correct?
These are mouth brooders, yeah.
Yeah, the other ones aren't.
Right. But what's interesting though is over 90 or 80% of the bettas are mouth brooders.
Are they?
Only the Splendens complex, and then you got the Cochinas, and there is like Betta Hendras. There's a lot more mouth brooding types than there is the egg layer or the bubble nesters.
He looks like he's getting picked on by the mollies.
No, he's not.
That's birdie. That is. What's that?
That is an apistogramma. Apistogramma cacatoides, it's called. It's a little South American dwarf cichlid. He's beautiful.
Yeah, that's really pretty. That is.
See, there you go. You can get yourself a little tank in your house and get some of these guys.
Oh,
They're really cool fish.
I've been told no more fish tanks indoors.
Okay.
I've got enough water outside.
Okay, all right. I'm going to keep on you about that, though.
Winter's getting worse, Vince. You'll change your mind.
You're going to talk me into a pond, and I'm going to talk you into an aquarium. You watch. Got black mollies. I'll be sending a lot of these black mollies right here out to my friend Curtis, Skull Aquatics. He sent me some fish. I'll show you guys in just a second that I just got. And he wanted some black mollies because he said that was the very first fish that he got when he got his first aquarium. And so he wanted to get some more. I said, well, I got them. They're really good ones, too.
Yeah, they're big size for a molly, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, I got all different sizes, too. I told him, I said, you want the adults that are... I can even send him, like this female right here. She's already pregnant. She'd be in his tank for a couple of weeks and probably drop down 30 or 40 fry. In fact, I got some baby in here, too. If I could... There's one right there. These were just dropped about 3 or 4 days ago. Can you see those okay? Is that showing up?
Oh, yeah, I see them, Jeff.
They hang up here in this hornwort up here.
Oh, don't talk to me about hornwort, please.
Oh, the hornwort? Hey, that's a breeder's best friend plant.
Yeah, not when you're trying to harvest a mud pond. It's not.
Oh,
yeah, you've had trouble today, didn't you?
Oh, we had our fair share of trouble today with the hornwort.
Yeah. Did you have any holes in your waders this time?
No holes. I had a pair of Ricky's waders on.
All right. Mind you, going under that water was something else. It was like watching Marine Boy.
Oh, don't. That was just... You know, I would have stayed fairly dry because that bungee cord was pulled tight round my chest if I hadn't have had that hole in my waders.
You look like Patrick Duffy. What do you call that show? Aquaman, was it? What was it called? That Patrick Duffy one? Oh, what was that one called?
Oh, I tell you what. And then you got Ronald going, but it's 14 degrees. It's not that cold. I'm like, yeah, you get in here and try.
14. Oh, man.
Wait, now here's some of the new fish that I got from Curtis. Don't mean to cut you off there for a second. I just want to get through this portion of it. These are the Xenotoca duardroi. These are a Goodiad from Mexico. And these guys right here are almost extinct in the wild. And this is on the CARES list fish. And in here I have the 2 males. When I put them in there, I thought it was a different species, but I found out that he sent me 2 males. And then over here in this scud tank,
Mine from Atlantis. That's what I was sitting there.
4 females. And I'm getting rid of all the scuds in this whole fish room as best I can.
Yeah.
I was telling you about those before, Vince. You thought they were the missiles, but no, these are little gamma shrimp. They're called. There's still a lot of them in here.
But gamma shrimp, they're really good for filtration.
Oh yeah,
and they're awesome food for fry and tosai.
Oh, they are. Yeah, that's why I brought them in for us to feed to my epistos that you liked over there. That little cichlid with the colorful fins. He loves them.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they end up in shrimp tanks, that's really bad.
And that brings us over to this tank now, where I had a huge. There's some of the blue dreams down there. I just fed them a algae wafer a little while ago. But there's a lot of scuds in this tank, and over here, you see the one video where I added that Endler female. I put another female in there and a couple other smaller Endlers, but the little striped guys here are called Tiger Limias. And Curtis from Skull Aquatics sent these to me, and they came yesterday. And so there's about 12 or 15 of them that he gave me. I forget how many, but there's a lot. And these little guys right here are on the CARES list also. So these are...
Quite cute, aren't they?
What's that?
I said they're quite cute, aren't they?
Oh, they are. Yeah, these are just little ones. They're young right now. They'll get a little bigger. They'll get up to about maybe 1.5 to 2 inches.
So about the size of a molly.
A little smaller. I got some mollies almost 4 inches long.
Now, Jeff, are those the ones they're like from the Mexican highlands or whatever, and they can't take temperatures above 70?
No, these are from Haiti.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's only a couple of them. The Goodiads, they like to be in the cooler temperatures, like in the low 70s.
Okay.
Now, this one's over here. You don't want to have these much warmer than this. These are right now like about 76 degrees in this tank. That's about as warm as you want to keep it. And I'm probably going to lower it down a little more. But they're doing good. They're doing well in there. So, okay. As long as I'm walking around here, I'll give you guys.
Told me you got them from Curtis, I think. Skull Aquatics.
Skull Aquatics, yep. He's got a great fish room, and I talked to him the other day. He'll be joining us here on a stream here coming up in a week or two, I think. Also, but here's my one of my breeder males here, Dragon Blood.
He's pretty.
Yeah, he's the son of my main breeder. I'll bring him over here. I have some lights that I had to move around because I'm doing come on over here, guys. Over here. Come on. Here they come. Excuse the algae on the glass, guys. I got to get that taken care of here quickly. But there he is. That's the main. That's Casanova right there. Yeah, that's Casanova right there. He's the main breeder. He's the father to all the Dragon Bloods in this fish room.
How long have you had that fish, Jeff?
That's very pretty.
He's about 3 years old now.
Nice.
Yep, and that right there is an albino eye biter.
That's what I thought that was. He'll get big, won't he?
There's a female, and she's been in there. She's actually older than what the Dragon Bloods are, so I think she might be full grown. She's pretty good size. Well, he's about probably going on 5 inches, 4.5, 5 inches. So she probably will grow a little more. They grow a little slower.
Yeah.
But down here is my rosy red minnows. They're doing fantastic down here. I got these guys for 20 cents a piece. About, 3 or 4 months ago? They're doing great. And, oops, this light tipped over on me, so my backup colony for the blue star endlers. Doing pretty good. And then over here are the black mollies I'm going to be sending to Curtis. And these guys are about 5 weeks old now. I'm going to send them all these, and maybe a few of the big ones. I'm going to send them an actual, for sure, male and female that I know, and then all of these are going to go to them because these are really looking good and they're real healthy, eating good. So, okay, I'm going to join you guys back on the other screen now. So I'm going to take off from here, and I'll be back.
Kermit.
All right.
It's all you, Mark.
It's on me
So
now.
what are you?
It's all you, pal. No pressure.
That's you thrown in the deep end.
You
Yeah.
can do it.
Thanks, Jeff.
Let's go. Let's see what you got.
I'll see if I can help you out a bit.
Right. Okay, so that's that. There you go.
That's better.
That's what I was trying to do before, Mel, and it didn't work.
All right. I'll try and tell you which one it was. Layout, and it was the one big head and two little heads next to it.
Oh, okay, because I tried the other one over here, the two on the left and then the one, but that one works better with the ones on the right. Okay.
Right.
Well, thank you. I didn't know. I'm still learning the thing too.
Yeah. That's because you're halfway up the stairs. They Kermit the Frog.
Right.
I've actually found someone worse at technology than I am.
Oh,
that would be me.
I'm so far.
Me, Vince.
I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, Vince, when it comes to technology. I guarantee it. I'm so far down I can't even see up. So.
I told you how worried I got doing that review for Glorium with an app for your phone. I don't have any really apps on my phone. I'm going, holy crap, I got to do this.
You did great with that, though. I tell you. I still haven't got my video out yet on that last Hydra light that I got because that thing is so complex that I can't even turn the damn thing on or off. I have to unplug it.
Well, this is actually probably the easiest light I've ever had that has so many functions.
Oh.
It's a matter of thumbnailing it over, and it's actually really simple. There's no press this 4 times, do this 3 times, spin twice. It's just hit the button, adjust your lights the way you want it, and adjust each light the way you want it, and hit the button, and there you go for 24/7. It does it every day. Comes on at the same time every day. Shuts on at the same time.
You just love spinning round, Chris.
4 different zones. You got 4
Does it
different
keep its
zones
memory?
you can play with.
Chris,
What's
does
that?
it keep its memory?
Yep.
When they get a power cut, does it keep its memory and come back down where it went off?
So far, the odd time I'll lose my Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connection.
I'm about the light. If it gets turned off by the power source, does it come back on where it left off, or does it like start to reboot?
I got to try that. I didn't try that in my month-long testing. I should have.
Oh, hey, Sam.
But who knows?
Who knows?
All right, let's check out the. I think we have some other topics up here also. Let's see.
Next question.
Next question. Okay, here's going to be an interesting one. That here we go. Peaceful community fish, are they easier to keep, or are they? Now, what I found, aggressive fish. I mean, I love my peaceful fish, but they're also hardier usually than a lot of the more delicate peaceful fish. But
the big tough bastards, they're the mean ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, you start out with those, like a medium-sized, semi-aggressive fish seem to be a pretty happy medium when it comes to being hardy and
Yeah.
Not too aggressive in that. So
Yeah.
I'm liking all the
good
fish.
thing about
I got the whole
good thing
spectrum.
about it. Sorry. I was going to say the good thing about aggressive fish is you tend to notice things wrong with them faster than you do with the timider ones.
Yeah, well, they're not hiding all the time, right?
Yeah,
That's
the little
right.
tetras in that they tend to go and hide. Where the aggressive ones, they tend to still be out front, and you see what's wrong with them. Where your little tetras and stuff, they have to go and hide, and then the next thing you know, when you're doing the head count, you kind of find one. And it's stuck on the back of a rock somewhere. Give up.
Yeah, that's the way it is with new shrimp. It's like
Yeah.
doing a roll call or counting how many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. And like, oh. You know, a lot of times with shrimp, you're only lucky to see half of them, and that's if you're lucky.
I was mean to ask you, Mark, how do you separate them shrimp? You know, when you seeded your tanks and you had all them little baby shrimp in your sponges and you, how did you get them back out?
Just watching them for hours and hours.
When you say you had to bleep all the explicits out, I could well imagine, like when you see them all come out that sponge.
Oh, I sat there and went through that both of those sponges, like looking. As soon as I put them in the water, it was good, and I started squeezing. Out come the baby shrimp. So then that's no good because I got the wrong shrimp
Exactly
in the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they start mixing, it's spout their line straight away, isn't it?
Yeah. But the good thing is they're not going to be breeding if there's any left. I haven't looked. I haven't seen any, but if there is any, I'll be able to see them before they get the breeding size.
Right.
So, but it was pretty frustrating.
Yeah, I can imagine. It always seems to be the top shelf when you're struggling to get over as well, doesn't it, when it happens?
Yeah. Yep.
So shrimp's easy to keep?
Pardon?
Are shrimps easy to keep?
Well, there's lots of different shrimp though. That Neos, yeah, I think so. But there's some people that have just like if they have something in their water where like they do guppies and other fish, that's fine. But some people will have something in their water that's specifically harmful to shrimp, and they just kill shrimp. But most people, the Neos can adjust.
Is it copper? Is copper bad for them?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the iron and anything that's like heavy metals, you don't want.
Right.
You don't want your water with shrimp.
I should be alright because mine's like a new estate in England and it's all UPVC pipes to the house.
Yeah.
So they got rid of most of all the copper pipe. You'll probably be on the old copper pipe down your end, are you, Vince? Yeah, so.
Oh yes.
I got copper pipe down here that goes to my sink.
And that doesn't necessarily mean you got copper in your water though.
Yeah.
No.
It's more to do with your water
it's
source.
Only to do, it would have to be standing in that pipe a long time.
Yeah, or if you have like really old pipes are corroding or getting nasty, maybe. Yeah. But it has to do more with the water source. I don't think.
Yeah, these are brand new ones. This is when my sink was put in about a year and a half ago. These.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Everything else is that plastic PEX pipe, I think it's called.
Yeah.
PEX, is that what it's called? It's the blue and red.
The PEX is more like vinyl tubes running everywhere. That's what the PEX is more like.
Yeah, that's what I have the vinyl. I think the vinyl tubes are the plastic.
Yeah, plastic vinyl something or other. Yeah. Like hot tub tubing type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why when they built the house, that's what they used.
Yeah. I had a house that was plumbed with that. And I redid all the plumbing in this house with PVC. Yeah.
Nice. It's a lot more durable.
Well, when we got this house, it was actually a foreclosure. It had been sitting empty for 2 years. And with the freezing cycle, all the copper was shot.
All the copper's shot, yeah.
So we had to rip it all out and recycle it. And actually, that was when copper was like $4 something a pound. So the copper I ripped out underneath my house paid for all the PVC stuff.
All the PVC.
Yeah. Of course, that was like 15 years ago now.
Though, can you?
Yeah.
Right. You know, when the stuff you take out replaces what you put in, Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be able to do that no more though, because the freaking PVC fittings are ridiculous now. Oh my god.
Yeah, oh yes. Oh yes.
I don't know how you can afford it to be quite honest. You know, with all the valves that you've got and the PVC.
Yeah.
Gaz has a question for us on the panel. He wants to know what the hardest tropicals to get to breed in our aquariums. I think for me, I'll start with that one. My hardest one right now are those Apistos that Vince likes. Those are the ones I've been having. I've had them now for about 3 years now, something like that. Almost 2.5, 3 years, and they've gone through all the motions. They may have laid eggs in that little hut, but I never seen anything. So that would be my hardest one. And whoever wants to go next, go right ahead.
Well, I've had plenty of stuff that's never bred. You know, it's just, I don't know if it's something that's harder, but it's just a matter of meeting the certain requirements for that certain particular species.
A lot of your tetras are like that. You've got to try and drop the pH down ridiculous, and then turn the lights on at a certain time.
Yeah.
There's lots of fish.
I'd rather just go and buy a few more from the pet shop than try to breed them.
Yeah, there's lots of fish that people don't really breed, but they're really hard to breed, but they're easy to keep type of fish, you know.
Yeah.
Most of mine are probably not overly hard to breed, and I'll just do it all outside, and let Mother Nature look after it, right?
Over.
You know, because you know it'll do the temperature swings I need it to do. It'll add the water I need it to do, the live food, and the main thing is keeping the one species only when you're breeding, right?
Yeah,
because everything else will just get in the way and eat it. Like even simple things like white cloud mountain minnows, easier than heck to breed, but they'll only breed when they're the sole fish or sole species in whether it's a pond or your fish tank, right?
Oh, they won't breed with other fish, Chris? If there's other fish in the tank?
Oh, there's other fish in there, they won't breed.
That's really something.
Yeah, it might depend on how big. They might breed in like a 500-gallon tank if there's.
Oh yeah, they probably would there, but nothing would survive, right?
Yeah.
That's what I find as well, Chris. All mine seem to all breed at the same time. So I've got the bristlenose in the community tank, the Corydoras and the angelfish will all breed at the same time.
Now,
just because of the hormones in the water.
My Williams barbs, they've done a couple accidental spawns in this 125, but I wasn't ready for it. I can't rip everything out to get to them, so all the eggs just got annihilated by both themselves and the other species in the tank. Yeah. Which I would love to breed a Williams barbs because they're so rare around here and expensive.
So is there any of the barb species that you can crossbreed then, Chris?
Some of the filament barbs apparently you can crossbreed. I haven't tried it. I don't know. I don't even know if there's any interest in that because anyone who collects barbs or wants barbs wants a specific type. It'd be like crossbreeding koi and shibunkins. You know, the odds are they'd be sterile, and you know you've probably seen a couple crosses, shibunkins and koi. They're not that good looking of a fish that you'd want to.
Ghosties.
Oh no! Oh no! They're worse than ghosties.
Yeah, they're not. Again, they'd have a trouble getting a date at 3 o'clock in the morning of at the end of the bar. I don't even know if you could drink them pretty.
Yeah.
You know what they say.
I'm gonna go with no.
No. I thought they might have been for your Odessa bobs because they are like a hybrid, aren't they? Where they've been bred from 2 different bobs. So
no, Odessa barbs are not a hybrid. They are a native. to India.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that the whole reason why they got the name was because they had been over to Ukraine and then
No, what happened is basically, quick answer on that is,
is no.
it's, no, they were basically introduced into the hobby through
Right.
a port in Odessa,
Yeah.
Ukraine, and they were noted that they could take some pretty cool temperatures, but they just had them in basically containers outside in the cool temperatures, and
Yeah.
then they realized, hey, the males on these, when given the right food and tank requirements, look stunning.
Right.
Oh, they do too. I love their black ruby barbs too. They
Yeah,
kind of
the black rubies are really nice, but they'll come up beautiful after you've been giving them a good fair share of really high protein food or live food, like your brine shrimp, or you're going to give them a good selection of krill, freeze dried or pellet. And then that
Oh,
black will really pop, and then the purple head on it will really show.
they remind me of a subspecies of a tiger barb with their body
Uh,
shape.
yeah,
yeah.
it's basically the same shape as a tiger, and that's why I have them in with tiger barbs. They get along fine. Tiger barbs argue with tiger barbs. Ruby barbs argue with ruby barbs. Everyone gets along.
That's good. Yeah, I
I
plan
bet.
on doing some of that, getting some barbs this winter. I'm going to do some breeding projects in here in the coming weeks, and I'm going to
Thanks, Sarah.
just show you guys some. I'm going to build some egg traps in my aquariums. I got some new tanks I'm going to be setting up specifically for breeding egg scattering fish. That way, when the fish breed, they're going to drop the eggs down to the bottom of the tank so the parents can't eat them.
You try that with Odessa's will do that for you. Any of the filament barbs, but you get filament barbs to breed, and we'll be doing some cross border shopping
Oh yeah, that's right.
or
I'll try.
swapping.
You really are a barb addict, aren't you?
He's in the right place. You're a koi addict. He's a barb and a koi addict and goldfish.
Well, he's
Mark
a
is a shrimp addict.
he's a shabumpkin addict as well, but we won't hold that against him.
That's because I'll actually get views if I put out a Shabumpkin video. If I put out a koi video, I'm lucky if there's 4 people from the UK that'll acknowledge that I put out a koi video.
I do.
Right.
I
Elitism.
know you're one of the
Okay.
4, so if I want people to watch a video, I'll have to put out a Shabumpkin video. Then I'll get tons of people that'll view and tons of people that'll subscribe. There's so much competition, as you well know, in the YouTube for koi. It's like, especially in the UK, it's like, holy
It
crap.
is, isn't it? It seems like everyone's got a pond in the UK.
Yeah, and everyone wants, huge numbers of subscribers, and then, like, all the backfighting. Leave me the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So, you were asking me, like, why don't I breed my koi and then, and not breed the shabunkins? Well, I can make money on the shabunkins. I wouldn't make any money on the koi here because very few people keep koi where I'm from. So at the end of the season, I'd be doing a yard sale like Jeff does with his zebra.
Oh yeah, and I don't have any luck with that even.
Free fish.
If I bred those, and I'm serious, if people wanted those fish, I would continue to take them and put the females in their tank and raise them up, and I would give them away for free as long as the people want to pay the shipping on them. I have no problem with that. I just can't afford to do both.
Yeah,
So
I'm just about out of shabunkins from last year's spawn. I kept, I think, 5, and the rest all went to Vandermeer's. And then there's one of my people that buys every year came down and she brought 2 big buckets and went, I'll take that one, I'll take that one, I'll take that one, I'll take this one, take that one, I'll take that one, I'll take that one. Okay. Thank you.
And Gaz has another question for us here. He says, "There's a thing for community fish. They're really living in the wild together, and they have it." Yeah, I've seen fish that will show within their own species in the tank. Like you have your zebra danios and you got neon tetras or whatever. They tend to hang out together in their own groups. It's what I've noticed anyway.
Certain ones of the barbs will only hang out with, like my Odessas will swim with my Odessas in the 100-gallon tank, and my melon barb will swim with my melon barbs. Yet over the tank beside me, my Aurelius barbs and my filament barbs will all swim together.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's the difference between school and shoaling, isn't it? Really, because the shoal's more different varieties, isn't it?
Are a true schooling fish. Though if one darts off, they all dart off the same spot, and they're constantly swimming together. And the other filament barbs in there, like the mascara barbs, will swim exactly with them. Where the Odessas and the melon barbs, like I said, they don't necessarily swim together, even though they're from roughly the same body of water in that.
It's the same with tetras.
Sorry, say that again.
It's the same with tetras. I mean, if you have an outnumber of tetras, like I had got black phantom tetras, and I was down to just a couple left, so then I got some black laser ones, different species, but these 2 little black phantoms were trying to keep up with the other ones, but they die off pretty fast because they're not part of the gang sort of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the rest like to do the schooling, and these like to do try to keep in with the shoaling, and that's it. They give up.
Yeah, with the schooling fish, they really need to have a group to feel comfortable, and they'll live a lot longer that way too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I was watching a show about it, and they can they sense the fish in front of them, and if there's only a couple 3 in there, they really get lost, and they real social. Yeah, social. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, koi are a social fish as well, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Super timid as well. The way you feed them. I mean, you can practically spoon feed yours, can't you?
So how many ponds?
I seen a video of spoon feeding their koi. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
They had spoon, and they were putting the spoon in their mouth, and they're eating.
Yeah, mine. I've got a couple in there. I can grab a handful of pellets and literally just stand there and she'll just sit underneath me as I just drop all these pellets down the gullet.
The cichlids do that too. they jump out of the water to bite you though.
Cichlids will bite the tip of your finger off.
Oh, they will. Storm Riders, how you doing, Melvin? When he's in the house. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we have any more. I think I had one more. Okay, here's one. I went through my stuff already, so we'll go ahead and go around the panel. We'll start with Mark and just work our way around. We'll just skip over me because I already did mine. I showed you my new fish. Here we go.
Oh, you want me to show you what I got?
Yeah, I want to see your new fixes. We're all in the addicts here.
All right, I gotta figure out how to switch my camera around.
You just go to settings, and then you'll see your camera settings. You want to put it to back camera.
Okay. Settings, camera.
It doesn't have to be just fish, or it can be anything. It can be fish food, equipment, plants, whatever. For anybody that, you got some new koi, you got some new bird.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Let's see. Can you guys see that?
Oh, I can see it.
These are
my new... put them up on the big screen there.
Oh, yeah, let me do that. Thanks for reminding me on that. Solo layout. Or actually, can you do it, Mal, with the other one so we're on the side? So
Yeah.
yeah, see if
You
you
want?
can do that.
Those are my new shrimp.
2 seconds lead out. Is that it?
The shrimp for this tank is getting here tomorrow. Same with this one. Then I ordered shrimp for this tank, and they'll be here sometime soon.
I see you've got different colour substrates. Does that bring out the colours better? Or
Yeah.
does it show them better?
This is going to be black shrimp,
So
and
it's
so a
either-
lighter substrate.
Right.
That's what I do with my
Does-
blue greens.
Does it help with coloration, or does it just make them pop better?
There's some, it does make a difference. It depends on the line. But a lot of it's just certain colors look better on black and certain colors look better on lighter.
I put some blue ones on the black sand, that black blasting grit, and I can't even hardly see them.
Oh, look at them crypts.
Oh, aren't they beautiful?
That's your crypt garden. No, lovely.
Yeah, that's growing all. These crypts, the Florida Sunset ones, found the plant spikes because they've shot all the way up to the top already.
Oh,
that's to get some of them plant spikes.
I wish Tara would have stayed to hear.
They seem better than root tabs. Did you see them, Jeff? The plant spikes that he uses. It's like a, the little like things that you get to put in like a glue gun. It's like one of them, but it's like a plant food. Like obviously for plants, house plants.
Yeah, they're the little Jobs, plant food spikes.
Yeah.
And he plants those under the substrate like you would a root tab.
Yeah, just plugs them in.
And so I'm going to get them because, I mean, like I told him, I said, I never thought about using something like that, but he uses them to great success. I mean, it's a lot cheaper than buying actual root tabs too. Thank you very much for that, Tommy.
Cheers, Tom. Tommy actually joined us live on the koi farm today.
I did at the very end as you were saying goodbye.
Yeah, well, we wanted to continue the live through the second pond, but back going live, then I have to drain your battery quick. Mind you, we were an hour and 40 minutes.
Yep.
Hello, Danny and Kenny. Welcome. Danica Aquatics is in the house. I'm sorry, my eyesight's so bad. I miss a lot of stuff in the chat, guys. Hello, welcome.
So, Mark, are all your shrimp tanks linked, are they?
No, they're all standalone. They're not linked in any way.
No?
Nope.
I suppose it's better like that being a seller, Mark, isn't it? So you're keeping any trouble limited to one tank.
So yeah, every tank is like its own quarantine.
Yeah. Especially if you're selling them, you're going to look after if you be expensive to replace all that stock.
Oh yeah. I've always just bought like 10 or 20 at a time and made more and more.
Do they travel well, Mark? Do they, when you're posting and things like that, what's the longest you could leave them in a bag?
It depends on the bag, because I ship them in the mail in breather bags, and they can live like 3 weeks in a breather bag.
Wow.
Yeah. And here's some of the ones I caught. This is the video I am in the middle of working on. I pulled these shrimp out of my outside pond. The ones I put in here. Because that's what I set this tank up, was to bring everything that's outside inside. So I did my guppies and threw some shrimp out there just to see what would happen. And the shrimp did pretty good in that tank, or in that pond.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll show you. This is the pond out my back door.
Oh, that's not a pond. That's a puddle.
It was my goldfish pond for years.
Vince, does that not really get on your wick when you see all that land and that's what he's got?
Yep.
When you look at your back garden, it's the size of that pond with a pond in it. God, you're just so lucky in America compared to what we get in England. Like, we'd have to be millionaires to have that sort of land, wouldn't we?
Isn't
You know,
it?
the beautiful guppies that he brought out of that pond, though. He has his own line of guppies that he did in that pond. They're just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now, do you
What are
watch Colossal Koi?
Yeah, these are the
don't know.
guppies.
Colossal koi.
They're out there.
I haven't
Now,
seen
what are
that
those?
one yet.
What are they called, Mark?
Rainbow lightning guppies is what I'm calling them. I
Rainbow?
invented them.
Okay. Hmm.
That blue's lovely.
Yeah, it's a cross of two different lines that I had for like 7 years. And I started working on them about 3 or 4 years ago. And then this year is when I started producing them to sell, outside. I got them all lined out. They're pretty good. So then I put some outside and made hundreds and hundreds.
Nice.
Wicked.
How old were you, Mark? Mark, Gaz is asking in the chat here how old you were when you started with your tropical fish.
Oh, like 7 or 8 years old.
7 or 8. Okay, he was 9. I was
Yeah.
10. How old were you, Mel, when you got your first fish?
Oh, right. First tropical fish.
Yeah.
48.
48?
48, yeah.
Okay.
Before that, it was just goldfish, one at the fair.
How about you, Chris?
I was about 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Okay. Yeah, I was 10. I got mine on my 10th birthday. I was like, wow.
You're a late starter.
I'm a late bloomer, yeah. Yeah. But I tell you what, I love it. Something about looking at that enclosed world. You got these fish in there. I don't know. It's just, I could sit for hours and just watch them,
Oh, yeah.
It's the whole,
Every tank is its own, your chance to create a whole new world is how I look at it.
That's exactly right.
Especially when you use like shrimp and guppies, you're trying to make a natural ecosystem.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I know like cichlid people are all about the fish and stuff, but I'm about the shrimp. But the number one thing
was 14 years old when she started.
is making an ecosystem. I think I have kids home. What are you doing? Sorry, guys.
Tommy says he was 35 when he actually got serious about it. Let's see here.
I mean, I've always had an interest. It's just being one of 5 in a council house, so there's no room for us, never mind the fish tank.
I can go ahead and answer this for Mark. Yes, he is using the Job's plant spike.
Yep. I'll show you. This is the secret to crypts or any Amazon swords or.
I'm getting some of those.
And they're cheap. This is like $8 or something on Amazon.
And it's like if I didn't know this, if I haven't known you for as long as I have and seen the results, I think it would be dangerous for the fish and shrimp. But look they're thriving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most people look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah. When you think, Jeff, shrimp are pretty
finicky.
Finicky when it comes to water tolerances and things like that. So it must be good.
The trick is keeping it buried because it doesn't seem to come out of I don't notice any ammonia in the water. But those spikes, that's why they do so much better in root tabs, because root tabs are just like minerals. But these are actual. Let me see.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, let me see what we got here. Guaranteed analysis. Nitrogen 13.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. The 5% of the soluble potash. That is a really important one that I seen on a thing that most of the fertilizers don't have. It's like a 0.01 or 2.
So it's a 13.45.
Wow. I'm getting some of those. We better be quiet about this. They're going to start raising the prices up on that stuff. People will be like,
there's going to be a huge run on Job's plant spikes.
There's going to be. I never would have thought of it. When we
put the word koi in front of it and you can buy £20.
Yeah, I know.
Put a picture of an aquatic plant on there. Put a picture of a crypt.
Take a picture of that tank right there and say, that's what you get for your Job's plant spikes. Wow.
magic crypt fairy dust and sell it for $20.
Get one of those for my sword. Amazon sword will probably like that too.
Yeah, and I don't use any. I just use sand or gravel substrate. Nothing special.
Tommy says he's 37 now, so he's still new at the hobby because he wasn't serious until 35. Well, I tell you what, he's doing a great job with his plants.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't he?
Really
and he
good.
said he's building a koi pond.
I think Chris is doing the best job I've ever seen for not having no plants in a couple of months ago to now.
It don't matter when you start the hobby because look at me. I've been at this since I was 10 years old. You guys got me all beat, but you know what? I'm still trying. Doesn't matter how well we do as long as we're moving in the right direction.
God loves a tryer.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's right.
And he's back in the room.
There we go. All right, and so Vince didn't have topical. So when we already went through that with Chris. So we got through all of our questions here. Let me see. I'm just going to double check, make sure I didn't miss any. Yep. We got them. So that's great. So we have been now for almost an hour and a half. And so one thing I want to mention, though, also is in the...
DJ Guppy was 60. He's now 63. So that's basically how long I've been in for about 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So, hey. Oh, you've come on quite a way then, DJ.
But we're looking all these.
I keep on calling you Sal. Am I right in calling you Sal? Put it in the comments and all.
Yeah, I've heard him called that. I didn't know if I would be so bold as to go ahead and do that unless he feels more comfortable being called DJ Guppy Fish. But I wanted to showcase one thing while we're talking here, as we're getting ready to wrap up here, is that Chris has a beautiful review on a new light from Glorium. And he's got a video out on it. It's just spectacular. I mean, I've never seen a light. You know, the light that I got recently to review is actually less technical than the one that he has, but the way he has it set up on his telephone, it seems easier to me. But it's he has a video out on Stubbs Aquatics and on it, and it's really a cool light. It's got like 4 different zones on the light, and you know, you guys, you want to check it out? It's a really great review.
He does a good review, that bloke. He does a good review.
He does.
Nice.
I've watched it twice already. I might watch it again.
Don't know shit about your pumpkins, but he does a good review.
They're, but the only problem, they're not shabunkins. They're stubbunkins.
Stubbunkins.
Because he made them special. Because they had longer fins, you know. It's his own trademark. So we should call them stubbunkins.
Yeah, definitely.
I wasn't the one that coined that phrase either, but I think it should stick. Do you remember who made that name first, Chris?
I don't know if it was you. I thought it was you or Tara.
Ah, okay. I'm not sure, but I think Stubbunkins is a good name for him.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it might have been Tara.
If it was Jeff, it would have been by a spelling mistake.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it was Sandor.
Me, Jeff, aren't you?
I think it was actually Sandor that came up with that, actually, now that I think about it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good name, though. I think it should definitely stick.
Yeah.
Well,
definitely.
we'll see if they sell.
Sarah says she's 8 tanks now in 3 small tubs. That's nice.
Nice.
I'm so far down in the chat, guys. You know, I'm just getting here. This is where DJ came in. I'm way back. I'm slow. There's a lot of posts on here that I haven't even gotten to yet.
So, Mark, if you started messing around and breeding shrimp from different color strains, will they end up reverting back to their natural color?
Yes. Yeah. That's why you got to keep them separate. With Neos anyway. Now, if you are getting into the Caridina, then that's a whole different story, and I'm just now figuring that out. But the Neos, you definitely want to keep them. Now, there are certain colors that go better together than others that are more closely genetically similar.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you don't want to mix colors unless you're just having fun experimenting.
So
Yeah.
if they were to come from the same batch, so you had red shrimp all from one batch, if they were to continue breeding, will they stay red shrimp then, or will they end up reverting back to?
Well, that depends how good the line is. A rock solid line now, and certain colors are also different. Like there's some color, like red is one of the most refined ones because red cherries, that's what that was the first one that they come out
Yeah.
with. And so usually with reds, they'll always be red. There might be a few reds and blue, like blue jellies. The light blue ones are closely related, so you can start getting some blue ones. But usually you'll get reds, just different qualities of red, And as the quality gets lower and lower, then you might start getting some of the weird off the wall ones.
So when you see someone having like a Skittles tank, is that just going to inevitably just end up a brown tank?
They won't just all end up brown.
Yeah.
They'll be like I've had them going together. I did a video in my old guppy pond when I tore it down, and they're just gone wild for 5 years. I hadn't put any new shrimp in there in probably 3 years, and they're still bright red ones. I mean, most of them were not good, but there's still a handful of nice looking shrimp in there, even after like 5 years. And there were calls in the first place to go in there,
Right.
Yeah.
So you still have a culling process with shrimp then?
Oh, that's the main thing of breeding shrimp. Once you get down to making more, once you figure out that formula, then all you do is sort shrimp. So like you sort them by grade.
I can't get over the price of shrimp. Holy crap!
They're not too bad here right now. I mean, it depends.
They're super cheap from when I started.
And they're still $6 or $7 here for shrimp.
Oh, are they? Yeah. I sell anything like my Skittles are like $2 a shrimp, and then some of them, like my green jades, they're $8, but I usually are selling on sale for like $5. Most of my shrimp are my lines are $3 to $5 a shrimp.
If that went to your local fish store, they're going to mark it up 2 or 3 times, right?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Best place to get them is from a breeder like Mark or something.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh, I think just to say like your blue ones over here, they're about £4 off a breed, or £3, £4. But if you went to the pet shop, you're looking at $8, $10.
Oh yeah, and then the ones you're getting at the pet shop are probably the worst ones you're ever going to get.
Probably the ones that you would have culled.
Yeah,
it's a bit like a koi.
Well, not just that. It's not just a lot of the shrimp you'll see for sale will be beautiful, perfect shrimp, but they'll all be females.
Oh.
And like a lot of the stores, because they're trying to they want people to be happy with the shrimp they got, so they send all old females who look as good as they're ever going to look.
Yeah.
But a lot of them will already be buried, so you'll probably get some babies, but they will look nothing like the parents.
Yeah.
Or there'll be a lot of bad ones. So that's why you're better off getting shrimp from like a home breeder, because they're mass produced in hundreds of thousands. And like the cheap shrimp you see that like you order on eBay or something, like the 30 shrimp for $50 shipped or something. Yeah. Those are the bottom of the barrel, those are the ones where the high grades have been picked out. And then, because there are higher grade imports, and those are the ones that you'll see for like $10, $12, but they're perfect, but they won't breed perfect a lot of times.
Mine are still staying pretty blue. I haven't done very little culling on them, but I've noticed there are a couple that are getting a little bit of clearness on them and like little spots. So I got to start getting in my culling program a little better.
Yeah, because if you let that get away from you, then there'll be more and more and more, and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a major. Like I said, once I get rid of all those, which I got all those little tiger limias in there, I'm going to do a major culling and get. I'm just going to put all my culls in with my little endlers and stuff because they'll get along fine in there.
That's why, like on a lot of my tanks, I'll let them all breed out. Then I'll pick out like the handful of the best ones, scoop out all the other ones, and then restart it with the
best.
The select.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to do too.
And you do that over every 6 months for 2 or 3 years, then you're really getting somewhere. That's what I've done.
How many different variations have you got at present?
Well, I'm going to add 3 more. I tell you, I just recently added one. See, I think close to 10, but I've got multiple tanks of each one. There's some lines I've got like 4 or 5 tanks going. The more popular ones.
Different grades or different stages of life?
Well, not different grades, but just I got to make more shrimp to sell because that's how I make my living. So like the ones that are real popular, like I think I have 200 gallons worth of just blue jelly shrimp tanks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that your best seller, the blue jellies, Mark?
Yeah, I can't keep them in stock. I mean, that's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. That's I mean,
popular.
I like the blue jellies. I like the blue jellies. But you got the blue dreams. I mean, they're a darker blue.
Yep.
It's interesting how they go on. Do they go on like different times of the year? If people want more cherry shrimp than the blue, or
not that I've noticed, but overall it's just like a slowdown in the summer and a slowdown in the like when it's really really cold. People are afraid to order them,
Just in case, yeah.
And then in the summer everything slows down because people are outside.
I actually like shipping when it's colder than when it's really hot.
Oh yeah, spring and fall are the best times of year to ship.
Yeah. You get the heat because the heat packs are more dependent. You get a cold pack, it's only going to stay as long as it stays frozen, which is maybe 8 hours, 10 hours, depending on how hot it is.
Yeah.
But you got the heat packs now. I've seen some that are up to 96 hours.
That's what I use. I use 96-hour heat packs now.
Oh, do you? Okay, I got 72-hour heat packs. Is what I have.
Now, on the 96-hour ones, you got to wrap them in paper, or they'll get too hot too quick and they'll cook them. I learned that the first time I used them.
I wrap mine up with paper towel and whatnot, and tape it up to the top of the styrofoam.
Yeah, the ones I have, they have like a sticky on the back. You peel the back off, and there's a sticker on there.
Ooh.
And so I like set it on the table with the sticky side sticking up, and fold a piece of paper around it. And then there's a little bit of sticky still that's not covered in paper, and stick that on the side of the box. And so then you put all your shrimp over here, and then you put all your barrier. I use insulation, and then the heat pack's over here on the side.
Do me a favor sometime later on, if you could send me the link to that on Messenger, that would be great. For the type of heat packs you got.
Oh yeah. I think it's TSK Supply is where I get them. They're the same ones. Everyone. It's just that place specializes them and has the 96 hours. They're the same 72-hour heat pack brands that everyone uses.
Speaking of heat, and that when I got these new fish from Curtis from Skull Aquatics, that was the best packed box. I mean, the way he has a heat sealer that he puts oxygen in the bag and then he seals it.
No, yeah.
He's got one of those little heat sealers, and I tell you what, he was able to get more fish. I mean, I don't know how many fish he had in that box. It had to have been at least 12 or 15 of the tiger lilias. And they're all
just like a tube. It's like a tube of bag, and then you just zzz, zzz, zzz.
It must be.
Yeah.
Because he got so many fish in there, and they all came. I didn't have one. There wasn't one DOA. He shipped them on Saturday, and they arrived on. Oh, we lost Chris, and they arrived on Monday, or no, Tuesday. They arrived yesterday. So it was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days in the mail, and everyone came in just perfect.
Yeah. I have one of those. I could do it if I wanted to, but I'm not. the way I works pretty good for me.
Yeah, the breather bags are really nice.
Yeah.
Back.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have the impact sealer I use for my food that I sell to seal it off. But it's the same thing that they use for the breather bag, or I could use it with the plastic bags. I thought about doing it for plants because you could save some space like that with plants, but that thing's a pain in the butt to get out, and they only last so long, and you got to replace parts on them when you use them a whole bunch.
I was just researching this that Coral has here about the bags and the roll.
Mm-hmm.
And see, what I'm going to do is I need to get something like that because I can't ship my plecos in the breather bags because they'll pop it.
Yeah, the big ones will.
Yeah.
I shipped the smaller ones in them, but yeah.
Yeah, the small ones will work, but like if I want to ship some to Chris when I get the paperwork, all that figured out, up to Chris up in Canada.
Yeah.
And he wants to get a pair of plecos, so I know the big males they'd pop one of those breather bags in a heartbeat. I think if they thrashed around just even a little bit.
Yeah.
So I want to get to the point where I can have for my shrimp and my small fish use the breather bags because that gave me peace of mind on that. But I want to get I'm going to be working on getting that set up where I can ship bigger fish with oxygen and get them all out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Chris has to go. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I thank you very much. And like I mentioned earlier that I'll be getting with you soon. I'm going to try and get to the point where I can get those shrimp and plecos sent to you. Chris, thank you so much. So, yeah, I'm going to try and send them. So you want some of the Blue Dream shrimp, Mark, that I got from you?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So, send them a colony of those and get them started up. Hello, Patty. Welcome. Good to see you, mate. Let's see. It's not even Black Friday yet, and it could be worth waiting. George is in the house. Hey, Jorge. Welcome, my friend. Well, we've been going for over an hour and a half, guys, and you know what? I have to go and cook dinner for my wife, so I'm going to need to wrap it up here. So, would anybody like to say anything about your channels or what's going on before we finish up? Go.
Before we finish up, Mark, can you do one thing for me?
What's that?
Can you say bubblegum shrimp?
Bubblegum shrimp.
That's the one.
And a bubblegum shrimp.
Bubblegum shrimp. I'm not even from the South, though. I just talk like a redneck.
Right. So, and you, Mel, anything coming up in your fish room that you'd like to talk about before we wrap it up?
Not really. Not really, Jeff. We'll just wrap it up.
Wrap it up? Okay.
Unless there's anything you can think of that I want you to talk about, kind of thing. Now you put us on the spot.
So what's next for your fish room, Mal? Because you've got the planted tank done. So what's the next?
Done that one. Next one is under the desk one. So I've got the gravel. Just need to get some rocks and then the fish with that one because it's basically going to be a cichlid tank, that one. So not too sure because I have been to a pet shop today and I've seen some fire Oscars, the black and red ones. So there's only 2 inches, but I was very tempted by one of them.
What type were they, Mel, again?
I'm sure though it said fire Oscars or something else.
I do like an Oscar.
Black and red.
Oh yeah,
they're beautiful.
Oh, they are
perfect zero on the side of them, and they're in a red.
Oh yeah, yep, right near the tail.
Yeah,
Oscars. Yep.
Basically, and it looks like it's got like lava running through it. It's beautiful.
Oh, they're beautiful. Nice.
June will know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Still, yeah.
She's an expert when it comes to Oscars. She's got I don't know how many.
I don't trust my local pet shop because the tail is anything.
Not making it aquatics by any chance.
Here comes Malcolm. What we'll do is we'll hide £20 on and call it exotic.
How far are we from Wharf Aquatics?
From Wharf Aquatics, it's a good 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive for me like, to Wharf Aquatics.
I know that's where big
That's
fish
down in Lancashire.
stuff from. You get
Yeah.
Wharf. Paul goes
I
there.
was tempted to buy one of them, but obviously I'm going to have to research it first because I'm not big on them. So I'd have to research it. I'm not going to just jump in and buy one.
Because you're going to be putting betters in as well, aren't you? In the small tanks above the planted one that you've got?
I'm not. No, I was actually thinking about doing shrimp. I was thinking that when I've seen Mark's 4 tanks above there with the individual bars, you know how you've got power heads on your filters, Mark?
Pardon?
You know how you've got power heads on your 4 filters that you've made?
Yeah.
What made you not go down the airline?
I have better success when I use more
Right.
power, and I mean, obviously, if you're gonna have a whole bunch of tanks, like dozens and dozens, I have tanks that are just air powered, but I have better success with the tanks that have filters, power heads, and stuff like that.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
What was that?
Why do you think that is that they work better with a power head filter than an air-driven filter?
My theory is like you can just set up a tank with no filter and you can get 100 shrimp to live in there, you know. But if you had a sponge and an airline, you can probably get 300 or 400 shrimp to live in there. If you had a pump turning over the water 3 or 4 times, you know, at least 4 or 5 times an hour, and then you got circulation so that you're not just getting big piles of mulm build up and causing problems with that possibly. It makes tanks more cleaner. I think it just provides a healthier ecosystem. But a lot of people think I'm crazy, but it works.
But they like a lot of flow then.
They don't want a lot. I mean, you don't want them getting blown around, you know, or like I like to have a lot of flow, but I like to diffuse it with power or spray bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's not just you know, shooting rockets, you know, like a whole bunch of little holes distributing a good amount of flow throughout the tank. That's what I like to do.
I bet like the spray bar that Mal took off of his.
I make my own spray bars.
Yeah, his are better. His have got like a groove rather than the dots.
Yeah. I do the holes, and the groove thing is just a new thing I've tried.
Yeah. It looks better, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It's working better.
Yeah.
Because you tend to find when you've got just the wrong amount of poles, it's paying out to one side and it's just dripping out the other side.
It usually will come out harder at the end and then slower towards the pump because it's all building that pressure at the end of the pump, at the end of the pipe.
Good evening, Daniel. Good evening. So, all right. Anything else, guys? Before we
Any new fish fixes? Yep, I bought a load of fish home from the farm today.
What? I'm sorry, Mel?
Sorry. Vince, go on, you were saying?
I said my new fish fix. Yep, I had some new fish from the farm today. Some more little outside to grow on.
Nice.
Nice.
How much does that cost each? They're free for all the hard work.
He'd tell you, but then you know there's old saying, tell you, but I'd have to kill
poacher, long as it's not the poacher's pocket.
Hey, if I had a poacher's pocket, there'd be more than a few little ones like this coming home, that's for sure.
Okay. Well, my friends, I think we're gonna wrap her up here, and thank you so much.
We've exhausted it tonight. Yep.
We'll I'll be thinking up something for next week, and we will get back here next week, same time. Sound good?
Same bat channel.
See ya.
See you guys. Thank you so much.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And don't forget to